Good morning, Cancer. Good afternoon, good evening. This is your monthly message for the month of December. Today I have the Earth Woman Tarot, the Moonology Manifestation cards. It's a little overexposed there, a little bright. It's because it's dark out right now. It's still early morning. We've got the Lover's Oracle to find out more about how they feel about you, how you feel about them. The Power to Surrender cards as advice. Any additional information will be provided in this deck. Also, daily messages are out, weekly messages are available, and we're slowly going through the December readings. Yearly readings will be available throughout December. Let's get started on your message, my lovely Cancers, sorry. There is an astrology portion to this, and I was thinking about it because on December 4th, we have a full moon in Gemini. That's the only reason why I said Gemini. So let me get through this astrology portion before we begin your tarot message for the month of December. On December 4th, we have a full moon in Gemini. December 10th, Neptune goes direct. December 11th, Mercury enters Sagittarius. December 21st, happy birthday to Capricorn. Currently, it's Sagittarius birthday until December 21st, sorry. December 24th, Mercury enters Capricorn. Now, on November 28th, Saturn went direct. On November 29th, Mercury went direct. And Venus entered Sagittarius on November 30th. So there's a lot that's happening in the stars over the course of the next month. Let's get started on your message for my lovely Cancers. Yay! I'm so stoked. The day that I'm filming this reading, the next day Saturn goes direct. I love that. Now, all the cards are pre-shuffled at this moment. We're going to find out what's in your cards today. Previous to your message, there was a song that I was listening to on repeat. Usually it's what happens. So I end up having a song pop in my head. It helps me kind of focus, meditate, zoom in, zoom out, essence, and yeah. So the song was Nasty. And I'm not sure if I'm saying the name right, but it's by Tanisha. I'm not sure how you say her name. But the song goes, I've been a nasty girl, And it talks about like matching my freak. And it's like, oh, interesting. Somebody's got some feelings for you. And or not necessarily performing. It feels like someone kind of wants to with you though. It's like, it's not performing in terms of like masculine performance or feminine performance. It's in terms of like someone wants to dance for you. Cancer. What's going on here? Kind of like it. We're going to see what's in the cards for you today. Past energy coming up first. 7 of Pentacles. Nice. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Cups is in reverse. This is past energy. Okay, so the more that you watch them grow, the more that you realize and understand that it's actually very unstable and immature. Interesting. Okay. This tells me many things. It could be like, do not take advice from people who you wouldn't trade places with kind of energy. That's why I don't listen to my parents. I respect them, but like I wouldn't take their advice in most cases. 8 of Cups. Page of Wands in reverse. Some cases I do. Because I wouldn't trade places with them, I can't. So we have Page of Wands in reverse, 8 of Swords. So in the current moment, you have a lot of strength within you and you feel like your wings are clipped or held back. Like you can't open them for whatever reason. There is a part of you that thinks you know better. But that is ego. Okay? That is definitely ego. I do feel the direction that you're going in is causing such a pull that it is something that is going to bring results. So then the people around you is what's causing you to feel small and or restricted and or can't open your wings. So this would be kind of like people who just wear casual clothes all the time. Like, they're just casual. But you're like a colorful bird. You want to dress up and be fancy and like wear the outfits that nobody really says they have an opportunity to wear, but you're like, I make opportunities to wear these things, and you're willing to make it happen. And it seems as though the people around you have thoughts and opinions and ideas of their own that are not like yours. So part of me is saying, why are you attached to these people when you're such a shining bright star yourself? You don't need these people. You have the Ten of Pentacles, it's in reverse. King of Swords. Nice. I feel like you're taking it all for yourself and not in a bad way. You're being very greedy, but not in a bad way in essence. You're understanding what's rightfully yours and that you earned it, worked for it, and deserve it. And that, how do I say this? And that you shall not be stopped. That's what I like about that. Wow. Three of Swords in reverse. Yeah. This is your time of recovery and healing from people pleasing. It's definitely gotten you a long way. This would be like someone who heals a narcissistic tendency with themselves, but they were raised that way. And what heals within them is they see their value and worth and all that they've accomplished, and that they're not people pleasing to make someone else happy. They don't care what they think anymore, and that they're going to let them say what they say and or think. The sheer fact that you are alive is what they should be proud of, and that's it. And that's a wonderful feeling. Like, asking my dad, "Hey, Dad, what do you want for Christmas?" He's like, I'm just stoked you guys don't even need any help this year. You're good, and like everybody's doing okay. And I was like, wow, that's a great feeling to not have the kind of like parental pressure of success and ambition. That you're just being alive and safe is amazing. What a gift. So once you allow yourself to see a perspective different from a perspective that is not of your own, like, and you start to see that it is not yours, and you're like, okay, wow, those are just, that's been their projection the whole time. You start to awaken into your own perception of who you are, and you start to do a lot of healing things that were how do I say this? It's like pressed onto you. Do a lot of healing from things that are pressed onto you or pushed onto you. Not that you don't thank them for the ambition they've instilled in you. I just feel like you've really done a lot of growth in regards to understanding that that didn't come from you. Okay. You could be thinking of a younger Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It could be you. We have a Aries, Leo, Sag, and a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. What is the overall energy of this message for the month of December? We got 9 of Pentacles. Yay! And one other card is in here. 5 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, like I said, this built you to who you are. It doesn't mean you're going to stop and let go. This would be kind of interesting. Like, it kind of reminds me of some kind of like nepotism thing, where someone who's already made it, did really good, is really wealthy, and like, how do I say this? Like, you're not going to give that up still. You're remaining steadfast in it. It was something that was a gift and given to you, even though you look back on it and it seems as though it was really pushed onto you. What else is here? This really tells me a little bit about like some investments as well that was built and given to you. Excuse me. Also, in the current moment, you're not seeing how much they love you. They only really truly do love you. I love this. This is quite reassuring in essence. It's not necessarily negative. There is an energy of like, This does tell me a little bit about a child. Maybe you're dealing with a child or something. Allow them to experience the good and the bad. You can't shelter them from everything. And it's not your fault. This is interesting. Okay, so then what's the challenge? 2 cups, 10 of wands. In this essence, as the challenge is, it could have been worse. The challenge is what may have happened in the situation, but it has happened. And it could have been worse. And I'm not trying to minimize that, but it does seem as though this connection or relationship caused a major burden, but also a breakthrough. It's amazing. So then what's the outcome of this message? 6 of Cups in reverse. This is also the same outcome for the message of the day in November 27th. Very interesting. Just different deck. So with this as your outcome on the same day I'm filming the other video, it's interesting. It tells me that there's something, okay, I'm hearing it's not given to you. It's not given to you. So in the end, you're still having to prove yourself and earn it. Very nice. So you're not giving up, you're remaining steadfast in this. Relationship, partnership situation definitely was a struggle. This does tell me that any kind of love relationship situation are distractions that pull you down and take away from you. So especially if you're a female, do not let any man ruin your foundation. And it is a thing that happens. It is definitely a thing that happens. And you have to guard that very heavily, because for the most part, we can go into it, walk down that road of misogyny, and understand it a little bit more in terms of how men don't want to see women with success. So people will come into your life, try to ruin what you have, and leave your life. And it happens. Break you down. See if you get detracted from it enough. So this is where you have to remain completely unbothered and remember that no one's on your team. Only you are. Through and through in the end. Like, I know that's really sad to say. Maybe bitter. But when you protect yourself and you remember that when you trust no one, but you can allow them in your life and you can love them and you can see them for who they are and accept them, but you don't trust them. You start to see how much you could move mountains because you're putting yourself first. And I only tell you this because I know this by experience. How do they feel about you in this moment? How do they feel about you? Freedom is what's seen. So there was another card that really wanted to fall off the table. I'm not trying to let things fall off the table right now. Freedom, there's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. This is how they feel about you. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. So they do care about you, but they say you deserve better. And then we see friendship. We see friendship. So with this, nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. This does tell me that you have to start slow with connections, relationships, to build on top of a foundation that can house trust. And also we have, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only being true to yourself that you can only be true to others. So if you do not like a thing, it has to be spoken about. It's not negative or wrong to say that. But to say that you like something just to appease it doesn't mean you don't like it. So then there's a fakeness and a facade, and then they're wondering what's going on. So then they either have to make a boundary or you're going to. So if you didn't, they're going to. But this also makes us feel sad inside because we didn't want to have to set that boundary. But that's just the way that the cookie crumbles for them. They wanted you to try that, setting the boundary thing, which is fine. That's on them. They mustn't respect themselves enough to have you in their life. But you're not going to tolerate and accept that kind of behavior. Okay. What are you manifesting at this time? We're manifesting letting your fears dissolve, full moon in Cancer. So this is a full circle moment for you. And then we have make time for self-love, last quarter moon in Libra. I love this. So the more that you make time for self-love, the more that your fears do dissolve. I also feel this because of a confidence that you build within yourself and a follow-through of the promises that you make to yourself, knowing that you're not going to have anybody else make and or meet those promises, but the one person, yourself. And if anybody else does want to take on some of those promises and things that you need for yourself, bonus. But you're not going to trust them to consistently do that because it's not their job. Okay, so let's see. What is the advice message for Cancer? Surrender resentments. Resentments are things that we hold on to when the people around us are not doing what we want them to do, but it's not the responsibility to. So when we have resentments, it's forcing ourselves to stay in a situation that is devaluing ourselves instead of going after a situation that is more in alignment. So we resent it instead. We get angry and upset, and so the more that we let go of the resentment, the more that we accept them for who they are, the more that we find a situation and or align ourselves to something that's more better in alignment with us. Now, does that make them sad? They want us to not let go? Yeah. But then they have to change, and that's on them. It's not on you. And if they do, cool, things can change, but if not, no. And so I really feel like when you surrender these resentments and you work and practice on it, it's not easy, it's not simple, it's going to be work. It says holding on to resentments only poison you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life. Yeah, forgive others for their shortcomings. This is not about you making them and forcing them to be different. This is just allowing them to be in their shortcomings. Realizing that they just don't have it. And that's fine. If they want to have it, they'll have to do that work for that. And if they don't want to, that's fine. It's like someone who treats you like crap, but then all of a sudden doesn't want to pay to waste your time. Great. Not wasting my time no more. Love it. Bonus even. If it did pay to waste my time. That helps out. Anyways, that's your message for today. Kind of got a little off track there in the end. But I'll see you when I see you next. Check out the signs for more. Check the daily messages, weekly messages, and I'll see you around.